Hey guys, this is Java basic class and today we will learn Java variables with the help of examples. Java is a strongly typed language, that's why variable must be defined before use in the program. Variables are the buckets or the containers which reserve memory location to store values in the computer memory. When you create a variable, you reserve some space in the memory of the computer. For example, this is a container. Variable container number and it holds the value 5. Okay, so on the basis of data type of the variable, your operating system allocates memory and store the value in the reserved memory. There are two data types available in Java. The first one is primitive data types, which is the built-in data types in Java, and the second one is reference data types, which we can also call object data types. And in today's lecture, we will discuss primitive data types. There are 8 primitive data types in Java. The first one is byte, which is a number and contain 1 byte. The second one is short, it is again a number and 2 bytes. The third one is integer, it is again a number and contain 4 bytes. The fourth one is long, which is a number and 8 bytes. The next one is float, it's a float number, 4 bytes. The next one is double, it's again a float number and 8 bytes. The next one is char, a character, 2 bytes. And the last one is Boolean, which has the value true or false and it contains 1 byte. Okay, so we will look all these types in details with the help of examples. So open your Eclipse. I have already created a Java class called Java variables, and I've also put some extra information related to these data types. So when we will run the program or create the programs, so we will discuss these things. The first one is byte, which has minimum range value is -1 to 8 and the maximum range value is 1 to 7. So between these values we can call it byte. So let's create a program. So first of all we will type a data type which is the byte with the small letter byte, and then we will put the variable name my byte variable, and we will call it the value like 6. Cool. So then we need to print that value, so we will check the result whether it is correct or not. So I have typed the print command. This is system.out.println, and within the parentheses we will add text byte value. You can enter anything else, anything which you want, and then we call the variable name, which is my byte variable. So let's run the program. Cool. So the byte value is 6. So byte, my byte variable contains 6. So let's give it the space between the text and the value. We put a space and then run the program again. Cool. So for example, as we have already discussed that byte has minimum and maximum range. So let's add a value greater than 1 to 7. Let's say 1 to 8. Look at as Java complaining the error. So the, it cannot convert from int to byte. So we can also check in the minimum range as well, like by add minus 28, so it is again complaining. So we put the right range for example 100. It will accept, and when we run it again, so it will print 100. Cool. So the next data type is short. Okay, the short minimum range is minus 32768 and the maximum range is 32767 and the default value is 0. uh, Guys, we will discuss the default values in a separate lecture, so let's create a program for short variable. Put the short data type, my short variable, and we put the value like 1000. Cool. So we need to check the result. So my short value, and then we call the variable name. Let's run the program. Cool. My short value is 1000. Cool. So you can also alter the values and check the minimum and maximum range, and then check the error as well. Cool. So the next data type is int integer. So we type the data type first with the small int, then my integer variable, and we put the value like 43,000. Cool. Oh, guys, I forget to discuss the minimum and maximum ranges. So it's a big number You can see the minimum range is -2147483 and the maximum number is 2147483 It's a huge range. You can pick any number between these ranges. Cool. So let's print that variable integer and see what gonna happen. So integer value and put plus and then type the variable name. So let's run the program again. Cool. And you can see 43,000 the integer value. Cool. So the next data type is long, which again has minimum and maximum ranges. Minimum range is -2 is raised to the power 63 and the maximum range is 2 raised to the power 263 -1. So in between these values you can add the valid value for the long. So for this you put the long data type. My long variable is equal to this is a big number and don't forget to add semicolon with every statement, otherwise Java will complain you. Cool. So let's print that long value, the long value plus my long value. Let's run the program. Cool. You can see the value is printed in the console. Cool. Okay, the next one is float. So float actually has the decimal number. So let's type float data type and then variable name my float variable and then assign the value like 3.4. Okay guys, the one important thing is when you are creating the float variable, then you must put the f at the end of the value, otherwise Java will complain you. So let's see the error first. Cannot convert from double to float. right? So in case of float, you must add the f for float. Cool. So let's type that print statement to check the result for the float value. My float value, and then call the float value. Cool. And then let's run the program. So you guys see that the float value is 3.4, which we have added against that variable. Cool. So the next one is double, which is again a number and is a decimal number. Cool. So let's put the data type double, my double double variable equal to 3.4. Okay, let's say 3.5. Cool. Oh, the typo error. Let's check the spelling. That's right. Let's print it again. Decimal value, then call that value. Let's run the program, and you can see that the decimal value is 3.5, which we have added against my double variable. Cool. The next data type is Boolean, which has the value either false or true. So let's type the data type with the small name Boolean, my Boolean variable equal to true. Cool. Let's print it. My Boolean value, then call that value. Is yes, this is. Let's run the program. So you can see that the Boolean value is true. Let's change that to false, and let's run the program again. So now you can see the value is false. Cool. The next one is Char. The Char data type is actually the character. We will print the character. So let's type the data type char my char variable equal to single quotes with a code. So we'll print the character a. So type the print command system.out.println, and within the parentheses we will add my character char value plus sign and char. Let's run the program. Cool. As you can see that character A is printed in the console. Okay guys, that's it. This is the Java variable class where you have learned primitive data types in detail with the help of examples. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.